Hello, we are back with more F1 Manager 24 content as we carry on our Team Lotus series, now approaching, or about to start, you're here for it, episode 9 as we head to Canada in this one. And that's off the back of Monaco, which was a pretty strange race to start with as well, with a bit of a glitch with Hamilton and Verstappen stuck in the pits, and then Max deciding to, crash out. I think he was a little bit angry with being about 40 seconds behind because of that glitch. And our drivers, we did okay, to be fair. Mick got an issue at the end, which hampered his progress. But Daniel Ricciardo, again, bring it home in 16th, which was done now in a couple of races. So the car is definitely improving, and I'm hopeful with 11 days until Montreal in this one that we can get a few more designs on this car and hopefully continue our surge. Is it quite a surge? I'm not sure it's quite a surge. Our little snail sliver up the grid and start challenging those Alpines, Kicks, Saubers and Hasses more regularly. But as I always say, if you are coming back and you're enjoying this series and you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Your likes are always really appreciated and really does help to push out the content. And again, trying to get this one to 50 likes. So if you do like what you're watching, please do just drop a like on the video. And as always, get involved down below in the comments. But let's push on and head towards Canada in this one with Team Lotus. So in the previous episode, we did have our underfloor design complete, and that manufacture is now underway. So we will have a new underfloor on both Mick and Danny Rick's car. Just looking at the design and research, we probably won't have too much on the car, actually. We will have the underfloor. We probably will get both front wings on the car, hopefully, or at least one of them. The rear wing will be completed before Montreal, but we won't be able to manufacture it. So we should have a couple of upgrades on the car, at least. Let's just see how we're doing for parts. So we'll have a new underfloor and front wing, so we don't want to design any of those. Got 3 chassis, that's fine. Right, we're going to have to manufacture a new rear wing. We have got that rear wing completing, so I think just one rear wing for now. Just to cover us. Side pods, could probably do with just doing one more of those. Underfloor, we're getting suspension. And we can't manufacture because we're at capacity now. So we'll see. Have we got a suspension underway as well? We have. So we might get away with that one as well. So that's our design manufacturing done for now until we get some completion on those. We're just arranging our pit crew training for the month of June and very heavy on races. We've got 3 races this month back to back from Spain to Austria and Canada 2 weeks before. So we've put a lot of rests in and using a cumulative tab here. You want to be looking, if you're not used to this, onto the fatigue here. So what we're looking at here is essentially we want to be as low on this fatigue as possible once we get to the Sunday. So I don't really want to put more rests in. So well rested is ideal basically, which we will be for the Friday and Saturday. We just teeter into tired on the Sunday in Canada. And then Spain, we're tired on the Saturday and Sunday. And Austria, again, well rested for the Friday and Saturday, tired on the Sunday. So that's not too bad. We can bring that fatigue down again once we've got a month where there's only 2 races. But because we've got a back-to-backer, it is very difficult. Also, what we've done looking at the total tab, because we've got a lot of rests in there, we can't really make too much gains on these stats. But what we can do is try to limit the mistake. So that mistake is going up, but only by 0.53. So total chance of mistake is 16%. Again, if you want to look at it on the Sundays, it's 16% at Canada, 16% in Spain, and 16% in Austria. So a slight change there, but still relatively low. And pit stop time, we haven't been able to increase it, but it doesn't decrease either. And car building goes up very slightly. The only reason that's going up is because if I take one of the car building training slots off, it will actually decrease. So we thought we may as well put 1 extra in there. So at least we're not getting a decrease. We are getting an increase. But overall, we're not changing too much there. We're just sort of maintaining our level. Hopefully getting those 2.6 pit stops with no mistakes. And as I say, once we get a bit more clear air in terms of a month, we can hopefully start to work on bringing the estimated pit stop time down and increasing these stats. Right, so the new front wing design is completed. So let's manufacture that straight away. And we would have 2 done in 6 days. So we'd have 1 before Canada, 1 after. Yeah, Rush is just an extra 225, so I'm just trying to stay away from that. In any other save, I would do a few rushed projects, but I just don't think we can on this. So we'll go for 3 front wings, just so we've got 1 spare. But it will be Daniel Ricciardo running that in the next race, and then Mick will get it the race after. So we will have 1 new front wing on the cars at least. That, of course, does free up another design spot. So let's get another design in, shall we? So let's go for a chassis, shall we? We've got 22 days till the next ATR period. So let's just see what's finishing before that 22 days. So all of these will finish. So we don't want to use all of that time. Go 1.2 on the CFD. And then we'll do 20 on the wind tunnel. And I really want to focus on the drag reduction and DRS effectiveness for this one. Don't want to lose so much low speed though. That's a bit too heavy on losing the low speed. Let's bring that down. Bring that right down, sorry. So yeah, let's bring the minimum lifespan right down. Let's go full on drag reduction. DRS effectiveness, we will get a little boost anyway. We're going to lose a little bit on engine cooling. We balance that out. We could do that, so we're not going minus. We do see less gains on top speed. I still think that's a pretty good upgrade for us. So let's put the 2 remaining engineers on that normal. That's going to take 30 days and cost another $1 million. Another thing I just want to mention is our mentality. It is mostly negative, but it was demoralized previously. So we are creeping up on that front as well, on the mentality front. So we've got 6 who are negative, 3 that are neutral, which is Mick as part of that. So we're increasing that a little bit. I think mainly the demoralized and what they're upset with still is sort of car performance and facilities. So we've got a long way to go on that one. So the design work on our new rear wing is now finished as well. So we are going to manufacture 3 of those, cost of 825,000, and they'll be ready for the next race as well. We won't have them for Canada, unfortunately. And again, that of course means we have another design slot opened up. And I think we'll go for another underfloor. They're pretty cheap, the underfloors, so let's go with that. We're going to put all of our CFD time on this one. Get that expertise up. And this might be one of the final pieces of design work we can do. Right, we will go with that. And we'll have our sole remaining engineer on that. That's another $1 million for 33 days. Right, so Daniel Ricciardo has got the new underfloor and new front wing on his car. Mick Schumacher has got the old front wing, but has got the new underfloor. And it's saying for car 1, which is Daniel Ricciardo, we should be finishing 18th in Canada. 13th in Spain. That's pretty mad, isn't it? 19th in Austria. So that's where it's saying for the next 3 races. Let's just have a look at that car analysis as we always do. So, as I say, we are focusing on the low speed with this next round of design work, and it's now putting us 9th on low speed. So we've changed that around where our car was more suited to high speed. It's now looking like low speed is our best attribute there. So that's interesting. Again, we should be... yeah, look, we should be well ahead of these, but it's not always been the case, has it? Doesn't help, obviously, with the driver mentality because you get a boost to stats as well. So where Danny Rick is negative, or I think he's demoralized, obviously we're not getting the best stats out of him. Whereas, you know, Kick Sauber, Valtteri Bottas, they might have a bit of a positive outlook, so they're driving a little bit better. So that does play a part. If you had the exact same driver in both cars, the Team Lotus car should be quicker than that Sauber car, and should really be quicker than the Alpine. Getting closer on acceleration as well. Yeah, certainly cornering we're better than the Alpine. Better at cornering than the Haas as well. That's what we're mainly focused on really so far, is the cornering. Williams were better low speed and high speed now, just not medium speed. RB would be the next ones. We're a little bit far off those, and then Aston Martins will be far off. Although it's saying we're better than low speed, so we've done a really good job on low speed. Yeah, it's going to be interesting now as we head into Canada to see exactly where this car sits. Our best result so far of the season is 16th. We've got that on a couple of occasions consecutively now, the last 2 races. So it's what we can do as we set these race targets and head into Canada. So, Ricky, you know, do we go 18th? And I think we just need to be safe because we need that money at the moment. So I think 20th. If we're easily above 20th again this race, then I think we'll certainly start going for 18th or higher. Let's go 20th with Daniel Ricciardo, 20th with Mick. Again, that gives us just under $1.1 million. If we start going for the 700,000, it will give us $1.4 million. But we'll play it safe for now as we head into Canada and start practice. So Mick is out of the garage for this first practice session in Canada, and Daniel Ricciardo as well. Now, it's worth noting, if you watched the episode in Monaco, Mick Schumacher developed a gearbox fault. We have kept that gearbox in for the practice session, so hopefully it makes it through some of this, at least this first practice session, hopefully a couple of practice sessions. But if he does have to retire, that's going to be the likely cause. But we'll see how we go with that one. Oh, Mick hasn't made it. About 20 minutes left of the session.
Certainly looks like a terminal failure. What a shame.
The gearbox has given out. So as I say, there's always going to be a risk. Got a virtual safety car now in this first practice session. So there's about 15 to 20 minutes to go in the session. 22 minutes, 24 minutes, sorry, to go as Mick retires. So he's going to lose just under half that first practice session. With all of these things we're doing is try to eke out as much costs as we can. We want to reduce costs, so we don't want to be burning up parts. So we're taking some sacrifices with cars retiring and practice and all the rest of it. But as I say, we'll get that new gearbox in for the second practice session because gearbox 1 is now truly dead and buried. Just heading into practice 2, and I just said it was his first gearbox that's dead and buried. That's actually the second one. I forgot that Mick had an accident early in the season that wrecked his first gearbox. So we're now 2 gearboxes down, which wouldn't be too bad if we've reached the halfway of the season, but we're only just over a third way through this season. So that is going to be touch and go to get these gearboxes to last. So yeah, we're putting the third gearbox on Mick's car as we head into the second practice session. Mick Schumacher then having a lock-up here in the final practice session. Hopefully he hasn't burnt out his tyres too much. Have a look at this. At the hairpin. Ooh, quite a big lock-up for Mick there. Not ideal. Mick's at it again 2 minutes later, and yet another lock-up.
Just unable to do much about it.
Well, this is not going to give Mick a lot of confidence going into qualifying, is it? We've just finished practice in Canada, and as you can see, Mick was hindered by that gearbox issue because his track acclimatization is very low at 79%. Car parts knowledge, 96%, getting used to that new underfloor on his car. And setup satisfaction, we did nail at 97%. So overall, a driver prep of 92%. Daniel Ricciardo, much better, got full running, so track acclimatization at 100%. Less on the car parts knowledge because he's also got the new front wing on his car, and his setup satisfaction slightly lower than Mick's at 96%. So an overall driver preparation for Daniel Ricciardo at 94%. But overall, not too bad. Both drivers in the 90, and just to confirm, Mick Schumacher's driver preparation heading into qualifying is 92%, and Daniel Ricciardo 94% as we jump in to Q1 in Canada. The rain is certainly easing. It was close to, what, 3.5, 3.6 on that first run. Might have even been higher than that, but it's now down to 2.5. So certainly less water on the track for this run. Let's see what we can do. Daniel Ricciardo, lead car here. Hopefully some nice green sectors. As you see, we are dead last at the moment, but we set those times when it was very wet indeed. Oscar Piastri goes to the top of the timing boards. Get that first sector time coming up, so green sector, we are expecting that. 24.1 for Daniel Ricciardo. 24.2 for Mick, so 10th in favour to Daniel Ricciardo. Most drivers are going quicker, so these timings are going to change quite a bit here. So second sector, another green sector, 24.5 for Daniel Ricciardo. 24.5 for Mick. He's about half a tenth slower there. He's about a tenth and a half off is Mick at the moment on Daniel Ricciardo. Correa has finished, so he's a mile off there. So we should jump Correa at least. Can we make a bigger impact than that? Past the Champions Wall. Come on, Daniel Ricciardo. What have we got in this Team Lotus here in Canada? Ricciardo across the line. Fifth. What's that about? Mick across the line. 7th. Well, I was not expecting that. It's only Q1, but that is a massive surprise for us. Daniel Ricciardo puts it in P5 and Mick Schumacher P7, and we are comfortably through to Q2. We don't even have to worry about everyone else. Perez is knocked out in Q1. What is going on here? But we'll take that. We take advantage of it. We're through to Q2. Oh, Mick, what are you playing at?
It's obviously quite wet out there. Oh, and the car locks up.
It's not a massive lock-up, but not great when you need good tyres. Right, so we've waited again to the end of the session here in Q2 because the wet weather, the level of water on the track has dipped a little bit, so we were just waiting for that to occur before we sent the drivers out. So let's see what we can do. This is our only run that we're doing here in Q2. So they certainly will be green sectors. Schumacher is going to get to the line here, isn't he? Yeah, he's a little bit further down the road than Ricciardo. Ricciardo's got no traffic, so should be good. Purple? That's a purple sector? What is going on with Team Lotus? What is going on with us? I mean, I'm not complaining, but this is mad. We are, again, obviously taking advantage of the track, so that's probably half of it, but we've set a purple sector. Daniel Ricciardo. Oh, it's not purple anymore. Someone's gone quicker, but we're purple momentarily there, which was enjoyable. Second sector is in. Right, let's compare these first sectors. 24.7 for Daniel Ricciardo. 24.8, so a tenth behind. 25.2 on that second sector. Mick will be a little bit behind, so we'll have to just wait for that. Oh, and has he got traffic there as well? He's being overtaken. 25.2 as well. That's not great for a Mercedes. He's going to try and force us out here, is he? Oh, Mick's going to be hampered on his lap because of that. Daniel Ricciardo across the line. What do we do in Q2 here? It was looking pretty quick. Second! Daniel Ricciardo's through because these are all checkered flags. We're into Q3 for the first time with Team Lotus. What does Mick do? I think he's been a little bit hampered by this Mercedes across this lap. Mick across the line now, and he is through to Q3 as well, just behind Daniel Ricciardo. Well, 4 tenths off, but just behind on the board in terms of 5th and 6th. What is going on here? This is pleasurable for us. We're going to be into Q3 for the first time, and with both drivers. I want to get out early this time, because it looks like it's going to get wetter in this session. It's been the other way round for most of this qualifying. So here we go, back underway then with Ricciardo. Everyone is now about to start their laps. You kind of want the rain to start now, getting heavier. So we get advantage of it in these first couple of sectors. Don't think it's quite going to happen. It looks like it's going to be about this level until another sort of 3 minutes. So everyone should get their laps in on an even keel here. Let's say even if we finish 9th and 10th, we were not expecting that coming into this weekend. Got a yellow flag. Please don't be Mick. It is Mick. It is Mick.
I don't know what just happened.
Mick is making a lot of mistakes, though, across this weekend. Oh, Mick.
Let's have a look then at turn 6. And the rear just lets go.
Yeah, just loses the rear. Does Mick Schumacher, so that's ruined that lap. We're going to call him in and get him straight back out again. So let's just focus on Daniel Ricciardo. Sorry, I thought that was Ricciardo then. I was wondering why he's letting a car pass, but he wasn't. That's Mick. He's letting them pass now because we've abandoned his lap. Daniel Ricciardo well on his way then to setting his first time in Q3. Let's see what we can do. Keep it out of Champions Wall, hopefully. Get a time in here. Yeah, safely navigated there. So we come across the line. It will be fastest for now. It's a 1:18.5. And Mick didn't go quicker in that first sector. That's when he got a clean sector. Obviously, he goes quicker in the second sector because he'd spun and given up on the lap by then. Ricciardo is 9th after those first runnings. So, it looks like we are going to be 9th and 10th in this session. Because it is now going to get wetter. Still, we're going to be very happy with that. So, here we go. Mick across the line then. What does he do here? 119, I think he set there. Yeah, he's a little bit off. Yeah, 119. So it's definitely getting slower out there. And I think now it's just going to continue to get wetter. So I think that's going to be all she wrote for us. Well, that is the end of Q3 and an end of a hectic qualifying in Canada where we managed to get in Q3. Unfortunately, we don't go much further than that. But to start the Grand Prix in 9th and 10th, we will certainly take that. I don't think it's quite on merit where our car is around here. If we could hang on for some points, I would be amazed. We may be going backwards in the race, but we're enjoying that while we can. So 9th and 10th for us. But Carlos Sainz sticks it on pole. Max Verstappen 2nd. Looks like he's got a penalty. Oscar Piastri 3rd. Lando Norris 4th. Yuki Tsunoda yet again doing the job. He's in 5th. George Russell 6th. Alonso 7th. Hamilton 8th and has got a penalty. So even if that's a free place, we will actually start 8th and 9th. And then we've got Daniel Ricciardo 9th and Mick Schumacher 10th. As we jump into some strategy before we start this Canadian Grand Prix. Race strategy, there is going to be some rain. So as I say, it was a wet qualifying and there's going to be some rain in this race as well. So we have a look here, Daniel Ricciardo. The rain is projected to fall around about lap 4 or 5. It's going to start and then it's going to sort of switch over to inters pretty quickly from lap 4 to 5. And then it's probably inters till lap 24, 25, and then we're back to dry tyres. So we've got a soft that we're starting on attack, then we're going to switch over to the inter to attack, and then we're hard to the rest of the race. I think that's the best strategy to go with. So that's what we have picked for both drivers. Is a chance to stretch the medium out. As you can see there, the medium's very close. If we don't have to put the medium on until lap 30, 31, then it's a chance of putting the medium instead of the hard. We can review that as the race unfolds, basically. But as I say, both drivers on the same strategy, starting with the soft on attack for a few laps till the rain hits. Then we'll switch over to the inters. Once the inters and the rain has stopped, then we will be on the hard tyres. But let's jump in and start this Canadian Grand Prix.
At the Canadian Grand Prix.
But what can we do in this one? Can we retain this position? It's going to be very difficult as we get underway.
And away we
Sainz
go.
leads us away, and McLaren 1-2. Tsunoda starting P4, and there we are, Ricciardo in P7, and Mick in P8.
Big push, we can get it.
Who's had a problem? Did someone slip? We're up to 5th there, 5th and 7th now. Well, someone had a problem there and tumbled down the order, but I don't think they did. I think we just got Charles. So Ricciardo's got past Charles. Ricciardo is running in P5. Doesn't look like we're going to hold on to this for too much longer though. Charles is going to come straight back at us. We're back to P6 and P7. So Verstappen is 11th and Hamilton 12th. So we're expecting them to come through the field. We've got Perez down to 16th. Tsunoda had a problem, didn't he, at the start? He started P4. We didn't get a replay of that, did we? I thought someone tumbled down the order, so something happened to Tsunoda. He must have locked up, gone wide, or spun. Or did he come together with Norris? Did I just miss that? I'm sure we didn't get a replay. Something's happened with Tsunoda and Norris on that first lap.
DRS enabled.
Because Norris was P2 or 3. I think he was P3 and Tsunoda P4. And they're now 19th and 20th. So they've had an issue. So we are somehow now running 6th and 7th in this race. I'm going to ask Mick not to fight. I don't want these. I don't want us fighting at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
That may leave him at danger, though, to Bottas here. Ooh, We may have to let them fight because Daniel without DRS Going to struggle to keep Bottas behind us. So we might just need to keep swapping and changing position here between ourselves. So imagine everyone is pushing on their tyres, which they are. Oh, Tsunoda, Norris, Hülkenberg and Magnussen on inters. That's why they fell back. What is going on there? That's a mad call from the AI. They need that rain. They need it quickly. Tsunoda's already 11 seconds off Gasly. What's the pit loss here? 22 seconds. Another couple of laps, there'll be a pit stop behind. So that strategy is out the window. So that's a mad call from the AI, that one. Still no rain. Tsunoda's now 15 seconds off Gasly. So as I say, that strategy is just not going to work. And here comes Max in the background. As I say, we're really not going to be able to hold up Max. But Tsunoda and Norris doing this strategy could really help us out here. Oh no, we've hit each other.
So far.
No, Mick and Ricciardo.
I got hit from behind.
Oh, that is... Oh no, that is devastating. Oh, what are they doing there?
Yeah, I got hit.
Oh, we just wanted them swapping positions and that's absolutely stuffed us.
Not sure if I've got damage.
That has absolutely wrecked it there. Oh, what an absolute nightmare for us. We should not be running this high, and now we are absolutely stuffed here because Daniel Ricciardo's got front wing damage. Is minor, but he's already lost the position to Bottas. Verstappen will be soon past him. Danish Dynamite F, yeah. F in the chat for that. Oh, that is so upsetting. We had a real chance to do something there. I mean, as I say, I could have put them on Do Not Fight, but the problem is that was just allowing the cars behind Bottas to get too close to us. But yeah, it's absolutely stuffed us there. Max is going to get past us, which, you know, not much we can do about that. Ah, that is gurring. Do we change this front wing in the pit? Or do we think he can make this work? Mick is just at the back of the field. He's ahead of Tsunoda.
Yep. This is my pace.
Yeah, Verstappen gets past us as we saw, but as I say, not too bothered about that. Oh, I'm absolutely devastated about that. I think we had a chance to nick a point maybe. I'm expecting Verstappen, Hamilton, Perez to come through. That would have dropped us down to 9th.
Side ready. Copy.
Alright, where's Ricciardo in all of this? I think we're going to have to change that front wing. Yeah, it's a little bit early, but by the time we swapped out this front wing and actually exit the pit, I think we'll be at 0.8. And everyone is making the same decision anyway. The whole grid is pitting. This is going to be carnage in the pit lane. We're going to be there a long time as well because the front wing changed. And we're probably going to be held. Ricciardo is going to tumble down the order here. This is going to be very depressing.
And down in the pits. Oh, that's a slow one.
Yeah, we're being held because other cars there. Right, and Tsunoda, Norris and Hülkenberg who stayed out. This is where they'll maybe gain some positions, although you do cut a bit of the track here at Canada. But Mick has got past Guan Yu Zhou.
Now we're approaching turn 2. The opportunity begging to be taken.
Oh, Zhou's cutting that corner, but we've got that position. Who we got realistically we could challenge? Bottas. There's still a possibility of a point here. We've changed the front wing on Danny Rick, so he's good to go now. He's a bit upset though. His confidence is low, which is a bit risky doing this with him while his confidence is low, but come on. Oh, we don't even need to do it into the corner. Although Ocon fights it back really well there. Can we hang it on the outside?
Nice.
Yes, we can. Good move. Looks like we had it done there, but Ocon, normally Danny Rick with the late braking, but Ocon, a lot later on the brakes there. Fought it well. We hang on, so we are up to 11. There's still a chance if we can show good pace. I don't think we're going to have great pace when it dries out. That's the only issue. How far is Norris off Ricciardo? What's that? That's 3.7, 8, 9. He's about 10 seconds. Norris about 10 seconds back. He's probably my biggest concern if we could get into this top 10. Come on, Mick. Round the hairpin. That's a long way round there, though. Don't open the door for Lando. I think we're still side by side here. We are. Bit of a drag race. It looks like that RB's got a bit more drag than us. Now it's about who can brake latest. Final chicane heading into the World Champions. Mick. Mick does the work. Good work from Mick. Used a lot of battery there, though. That's the only issue. But it's another place gained. Gaining a lot of speed on these ahead of us. Right, might just have to go top up there.
Let's take a look at the replay. Along the straight here, the gap opens up.
Mick just a lot later on the brakes there. Nice move. Keeps it out of the wall.
And Mick Schumacher says, Dankeschön. Thank you very much.
Alright, so Mick moves up to 16th on his recovery drive. And 16th is the best position that we've had in this series. We've done it consecutively now, last 2 races. So we are a little bit high flying in this race at the moment. Come on, Mick. This is nice. Good little recovery at the moment. We are showing some good pace, aren't we, around here? Our car was suited to high speed a couple of races ago, but the design work we did was to focus on bringing that low speed more in line. And actually, low speed is now best for our car. Well, I think when it's a bit damper and a bit slower conditions, that's helping our car, really. Stroll's developed a mechanical issue. What is that mechanical issue, then? Stroll's got a gearbox problem. What is Norris's issue? Norris's gearbox as well. So Stroll and Norris struggling with gearbox issues. If Stroll's get worse, that may affect his acceleration. That could give Ricciardo 10th place. But Albon is starting to close on Ricciardo now. As Mick is getting past Sargent. Sargent's still fighting it, though. Are we going to hold on to that? We are.
We should be able to take a look here. And it was Mick Schumacher involved.
Bit of a nose cam with Mick. There. Lovely. Keeps it out of the wall of champions. Onto the straight. Albon's dropped back a bit now. So since we've started pushing, Albon hasn't stayed with us. Come on, Ricciardo. Ricciardo's confidence is still very low. You're running 11th, Danny Rick. Come on. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. Yes. I think it's done. We're into 10th. We're into the points. Can we live with it? Can we maintain it? Who knows? But we enjoy it while it's lasting. Stroll's dealing with a mechanical issue, a gearbox. Daniel Ricciardo is a bit timid through there, but we did get it done in the end. So I do feel Stroll may not be a problem here with that issue. I still am worried about Norris when it dries out. So I know he's in 18th and he has got an issue as well, but he's only sort of 12 seconds back, and that McLaren could eat into that pretty quickly. Tsunoda's bogged down. Bottas has got a mechanical fault. Don't know why I clicked the replay because you never see anything with the faults, but
I'm struggling with deployment.
It's ERS then. Is this all coming together for us? Hamilton's got past him as well. We're 4.5 back. Let's see what that ends up being. We're going to have a go here with Danny Rick. Try and get past Bottas, who's nursing that kick Sauber. But there we go. He's got no deployment. And I think that's going to be pretty much job done. As he's running wide. Bottas has got inside on the hairpin, though, so it's not quite over here. But we have got it done because Bottas is struggling there with acceleration in ERS. We are in 9th place now. I don't know what's happening here. I'm delusional. Yeah, Bottas tried to fight it back. But as I say, look, when he comes off that corner, that car is just struggling acceleration. And easy work in the end for us. Right, so now, if Albon's got some pace, he's got to get past 2 struggling cars that may well hold them up. And yeah, this is looking pretty good for us at the moment. Albon's passed us, but not pitting.
Don't worry.
Yeah, it's not drying out very quickly, is it? It's right on. It's very close. Kind of need to be in this. This could work though. This could be timed to perfection. It's going to be right on the crossover as we come out of the pits. So we leave our tyres there. I'm happy with that. We're out just as the track is on the crossover point. So we're not going to gain a massive amount, but hopefully we're not going to lose a lot of time either. Right, so that's fine. That's worked out fine. Schumacher's past Joe. Albon staying out for another lap might have really helped us there.
They decide to give it a go.
Lovely work from it, because I think if he pitted that lap, we are done for. He would have got past us on an overcut. Alonso's in the pit now. Surely Albon's coming into the pit. He is. Stroll is in the pit. Norris will pit. Right, where's Albon here? Is Albon still going to jump us here? Going to be close, you know. I think he's got us. He'll cut this first corner. Oh, I don't know how he's managed that. Albon. We might get past him here, though, because our tyres are warmed up. Come on, Danny. Stick it to him. It's our chance to get past him while his tyres are cold. Yellow flag. Mick's okay. Stroll running wide. Come on, Danny Rick. Past Albon. But as I say, I think that's more to do with tyre temps at the moment. Albon's looking pretty quick. But 10th place is certainly on the cards. Norris is down in 15th. We have to monitor his pace. He's getting lapped by at the moment. Mick Schumacher's challenging Stroll. He's past Stroll. Mick is up to 12th. Mick's doing big things out here as well.
Look good.
He's on those softs though, of course. What is everyone? Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that, shall we? On the outside of the hairpin. These softs are going to be a little bit fun, aren't they? But we are going to have to pit again, of course. All over the back of Valtteri here. We need to clear Valtteri. And then we're going to have a bit of a push here once we clear him. 9 seconds then to Albon. DRS, this should be job done for Mick on Bottas. But I don't think Bottas will be keeping Norris behind him for too long. Have a little bit of a push with Mick now.
Okay, good job.
Go standard on tyres. We'll push on the fuel. Well, is it? Norris has cleared us. Norris is looking pacey, unfortunately. I don't think the others are a risk to Ricciardo. But Norris is... yeah, he's showing some pace there. Let's have a look. So we're just duking it out with Albon at the moment. As I say, I don't really want to fight him. I just want to stay in his DRS so we're not losing time, really, to those that might be coming from behind. I don't think you're really pushed wide there, Danny. We're going to have to get out of the way here. And once we do, we might have to just drop the tyres to standard and try and keep in Lando's DRS, because I think this is going to do us here. Getting out of the way.
Understood.
Lando's going to swing by us here once that DRS opens up. Well, he's not quite, but he will be past us. That's why I want to stick with Albon, really, just so I could put conserved tyres on a bit, stay in that DRS, save a bit of tyre life so we could fight at the end. Not quite working. We're not in the greatest position, really. Not got too much battery life. As Lando makes that move, this is to be expected. His pace is just, yeah, we can't compete with that pace. So unfortunately, we're knocked down to the points into 11th. We've lost a bit on Albon as well because of that getting out of the way of the traffic. But of course, Albon will have to do the same. He's already passed Mick. Mick's had an accident. Mick's had an accident. Mick's had an accident. Oh, Mick.
That was close.
Oh, he's lost. Oh, Mick. Schumacher. Twice in one race. Please say this is Tsunoda's fault and he's going to get a penalty. No, it's Mick's fault more than anything. He just cut off the corner there. Twice he's done that. The first time on his teammate. Have we even got a front wing? I think that's an old spec front wing, isn't it? Right. Well, mediums to the end, I would suggest. Oh, Mick Schumacher.
Box, box.
Box.
Well, I think that's the end of Mick for this race. We'll see what he does from back there. We'll concentrate on Daniel Ricciardo for the rest of this race, as it looks like, is that Verstappen coming through to lap us? It is. Norris. Oh. Oh, Lando. This might be the end.
Oh dear, what a miserable way to bow out of this one.
This is going to be the end, I think, for Lando Norris. I think he's going to box at the end of this lap. Tsunoda is closed on us. Is that because we got out of the way of Verstappen, or is that his pace? Don't say Norris is going to retire, and then we've got to worry about... Oh, yeah, well, this is worrying. But I think Norris is going to have to bow out of the race. But now Tsunoda and Correa are dragging up to us. It just doesn't get any easier for us. It looks like we are going to move into 10th place by default. Can we stay there? We have got good tyre life and margin on Tsunoda. Not Correa, though. If anything, Correa is more of a problem than Tsunoda. But I'm pretty sure Lando Norris will be boxing at the end of this lap. Have to push Danny Rick on fuel for a bit. Try to do whatever we can here. Albon's going to get past Lando, but as I say, I'm pretty sure Lando... As Hulkenberg's got past Mick. Not bothered about seeing Mick. Mick has disappointed us today. And there we go. Lando is retiring as we expected from the race. So we will be promoted back into the points. Lando straight in. He's out of this race. Ricciardo's into 10th. Tsunoda is 2.5 seconds off us, though. Their pace is just so much better in the dry. Oh, here we go. We're expecting these RBs to make a move in a moment. We might be able to stick with them, stay in the DRS, stay in the tow. I don't know.
Okay.
Got 18 laps. Let's see what we can do with it. But I've got a feeling that we're going to end up in 12th place here, which will be by quite a margin our best result. But as I say, it's just disappointing when you're this close to gaining a little point. But Tsunoda is looking to stick the nose down the inside. Yeah, there's nothing we can do here. Tsunoda, yeah, 63% on those tyres. I think, as I say, it's more Correa that I was worried about. But I think Tsunoda will get past us, then push himself down the road quite comfortably. Right, let's see if we can go on light and at least stay with them. Again, really bad, good English.
Honestly, I don't
Don't worry,
think we
buddy.
can do much more.
Right, Tsunoda's past us. Let's see if we can try and rejuvenate these tyres. Or is Tsunoda just going to be down the road? Too quick for us here. Yeah, he's going to check out straight away here. Look, Correa's past us. Just too much pace in those RBs, unfortunately. It sucks, but as I say, we're not quite there yet with this car.
Here's the replay. Now
We're not
look,
quite there, but it was fun while it lasted to run in the points for so long.
Inviting.
There we go. Just as I say, these RBs are on fire at the moment. Ricciardo, well, that's the end, isn't it? Ricciardo's lost it. Oh, Danny Rick.
Oh, okay.
Oh, then he just drives into the wall. What are you doing? Daniel, what's that all about? And the spin kept him out of the wall. So he decides just to tap the wall.
I crashed.
But no front wings left. Lovely. No front wings left either.
And yes, we have. We've had
What's
a crash.
happened now?
What happened there?
Oh, Holcomb. Oh, now it's going to be with Mick. Oh, Mick's done that 3 times in this race. Why is Mick not learning that there's cars on the inside of him? Oh, what an absolute disaster for us there.
There's been a crash.
Was this someone
Let's
else
take a
or?
look at the replay.
No,
Nico
it's just.
Hülkenberg.
Oh, what an absolute disaster. Danny Rick is probably just going to fall down the order now. We can't pit him. Not got no front wings. How much is Logan going to take out of him? Mick's got a penalty. Mick has been absolutely diabolical in this race. He's gone back to the old Mick Schumacher. 3 crashes, all his fault, all the same corner. Safety car. Oh, Mick has crashed again. Mick is out. If Mick has done this on that same corner for the 4th time.
So here we go, heading into turn 1. Dangerously close
Pierre is
to
on the
each
inside and Mick drives into
other.
him.
And the contact
No,
between
it's
the
not.
cars,
No, that's pit. Right.
inevitable.
Mick, that's
But
not your fault.
thankfully,
I'll let
after
you
that,
off.
It seems the drivers are okay.
I'll let you off, but that is just absolutely kibosh Ricciardo's 12th place. Is that a full safety car? Or is it a virtual? Safety car. Actually, we might finish under safety car conditions here. We probably will. We are going to finish 12th with a battered front wing, an accident-riddled race, running in the top 10 at one point. But after all of it, we have to look at the outcome, and we are going to get our best result of the season with P12 with Daniel Ricciardo. It's going to be his 2nd race in a row where we come across the line after a safety car incident. And I hope Mick has not absolutely written off another gearbox on his car. Probably has with the impact he had. But it's going to be a Ferrari 1-2 here. Verstappen is going to be on the podium. But Ferrari doing big things again. And it's going to be a Carlos Sainz that wins it for Ferrari in Canada, followed by his teammate Verstappen 3rd, Perez 4th, Piastri 5th. Daniel Ricciardo holds out for our best position yet in this Team Lotus series, finishing P12. Anyway, this is the race result then. Sainz wins it on pole, stayed in pole, wins the race. Charles up 7 places, finished 2nd. Max up 18 places to 3rd, and his teammate up 14 places. Oscar Piastri 5th, George Russell 6th, Lewis Hamilton a good race as well, up 15 to 7th, Fernando Alonso 8th, Yuki Tsunoda 9th, and Alex Albon up 7 to finish 10th and get a point for Williams. And then as we saw, Daniel Ricciardo does in the end bring it home in 12th place, which is our best result. Mick Schumacher, just too many incidents, 3 incidents caused by himself, and then Gasly runs into the back of him to take him out at the end of the race. What does that all mean for the Drivers' Championship? Well, Carlos Sainz is closing on Verstappen. There's 14 points now between those two. Charles Leclerc is in 3rd, but quite a margin to him. Oscar Piastri 4th. Lando Norris 5th. Sergio Perez is 6th. George Russell 7th. Lance Stroll 8th. Fernando Alonso up 1 to 9th. So is Hamilton up to 10th. Yuki Tsunoda down 2 in 11th. Alex Albon's 12th. Ocon 13th. Bottas 14th. And every other driver is yet to score. But by virtue of that 12th place finish, which is our best place yet, Ricciardo does jump 3 places. So he's off from 21st up to 18th. Constructors, Ferrari take the lead in the Constructors, followed by Red Bull in 2nd, McLaren in 3rd, then a big gap to Mercedes who are 4th, Aston Martin 5th, RB 6th, Williams 7th, Alpine 8th, Pick Sauber 9th, Haas 10th, and we still remain 11th on 0 points. So if we could have held on for that point, we would have jumped Haas. Ferrari were, in fact, actually leading the Constructors before this race, but they've extended that margin on Red Bull. I don't think we even did a fast pit stop here. We did not indeed, so we are remaining last in that. So, in the end, we were close. We shouldn't be scoring points this early, to be fair, But with the wet weather and our car enjoying those conditions, we were very close to our first points with Team Lotus. In the end, it basically turned out to be a bit of a nightmare. Mick causing too many accidents, Danny Rick spinning, and yeah, didn't end well. But when we look at it as a whole, we do finish 12th, our best finish so far this season. If you haven't already, do please smash a like on the video before I go. If you're not already, do subscribe or follow. And we will be back Tuesday from around 7 PM to continue our Team Lotus series. And hopefully I'll see you there.